This and all Bow Tuning Tips broadcasts are available in high definition. Be sure to click on the high quality button for optimum viewing. This bow tuning tip is brought to you by Victory Archery, makers of the finest arrow shafts in the world, and Bow Tuning Tips Live. Go to bowtuningtips.com and stay tuned for the next live event. Hey everybody, today I want to do a tip on how to install your reel feathers. These are actually made from a bird's wing, and for guys out there who don't know, if you hear the term right wing helical and left wing helical, the right wing helical is actually off the right wing of the bird, and it has this type of twist to it. You can tell that's the twist that it has. And the right wing of a bird actually twists off of a turkey. And I'm not for sure where these feathers come from, probably turkeys, domestic turkeys or something. The left wing helical has the same thing. It's just the opposite of this one. It's turned that way. I know people who shoot left wing helicals and they're right-handed, and the vice versa. So that really doesn't have a big factor what hand you are and what helical you shoot. But today what we're going to do is we're going to put a right wing helical on, and we're going to put it on with an offset. And what an offset is basically not completely a twisted helical, you know, where the feather is going to be real twisted like so. You can see you can make these things look like a screw. But what we're going to do is just having an offset. Basically it's just going to be straight on the shaft, but kind of aligned on one side of the shaft on the front and aligned on the opposite side of the shaft on the back. And that's more of your common of the more modern shooters nowadays, because of the fact that that will pass between a non-drop away prong rest. And so I do a lot of those. What you need to start out doing is, just like every time you do an arrow shaft, you need to make sure that the shaft is clean. And I'm going to get a little acetone here, fingernail polish remover, on my paper towel, and wipe the back of the shaft down. And you can see I got some dirt. They always do have a lot of dirt coming straight from the factory. Okay, I'm going to put it in the clamp here, and grab my #1 clamp and clean a little bit of this glue off. One of the things that I'm going to use today as an adhesive is I'm not going to use glue. A lot of people that glue feathers on, it takes forever for the feathers to dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm using something that's called feather fast fletching tape. If you can say that 10 times in a row, you're better than me. I'm going to be doing what they call an offset with a helical feather. And I'm going to show you how to set your clamp up to do that. And it's real simple. First of all, you put your feather in your clamp, you line it up on the back where your little reference mark's at, and then you put it in your jig without any kind of glue on it. Okay, we're going to look at it, and I can tell by the way this looks right now that my feather's setting a little bit too far to the right hand side of the shaft. Now the front of it will be fine, the back of it's not going to be for the offset. What you have to do is you'll have to loosen the bolts on the back of your clamp right here, or whatever type of clamp you're using to jig. You know, you have to loosen it up so you can move the back, and you want to move it over the opposite way from the front. I've got this jig marked actually with some permanent marker where the 2-degree helical is. It's actually a 2-degree offset. All right, now we got that lined up. I'll show you how to put this tape on. Feather fast fletching tape. And you start at the back of the feather and you put it down, and you'll see that it'll peel out. It's real thin. It's made by 3M, I believe. And you stick it on the front, what I do first, like that. And then you just take your scissors and just cut it off. All right, you can tell that it's on there. What you do is you push it down so that you kind of rub it into the spine of the feather, where the quill was at on there. Make sure it sticks real good. And if you got fingernails, sometimes you can get it to peel off. Like so. Yeah, there we go. All right, just discard that. Now you got it's ready to stick, and it'll stick as soon as you touch it. And you slide it into the clamp, and you press it down. And then all you got to do is take it off, and then, and boom, you got yourself a feather stuck on there. See what that looks like to you. You can tell it's got a twist, it's offset. That'll pass right through a TM hunter. It may contact a little bit. Well, the 5-inch feather, the offset's going to look a little bit less because it's such a longer feather. A 4-inch, you can have a little more of a degree of offset. You're getting closer to your helical. With a 3-inch, you can have a whole lot of a helical because it's going to be so quick at going through the prongs, you're not going to get any contact. Okay, let's put the other ones on, and I'll show you guys some close-ups. You take your feather fast fletching tape, which is available at the bow tuning tip store in the adhesive section. You bring it down, and then you stick it on the front like so. And then what I do is just take a pair of scissors, cut it off. You got it right there. You got it right there. Then you want to rub it in. Make it where it'll kind of bite, that adhesive will kind of bite into that roughness of that quill of the feather. All right, and peel it off. It'll peel right off real easy if you got fingernails. All right, then you stick it on the arrow shaft. Last one. Stick it on, boom. There's really no curing time for the feather flash fletching tape. And I always like to take and put a little glue on the front of them, right at the very tip, kind of weld it down. That way, in case it goes into your target or pass through or something, it's not going to catch and rip your feather off real bad. These feathers, with using this tape, makes a feather attachment a lot quicker. And the only thing faster that I know of is, you guys know, fobs. What do you expect? You know, it's a 21st century design versus a 20,000-year-old design. Nothing wrong with this. It's been working all these years. They still use it today. I know a lot of guys that prefer feathers over anything else. Nothing wrong with it. Anyhow, hope you liked that tip. Hope it helped you. Stay tuned.